Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Hopefully you've all had a good start to round two. I can't believe that it's round two and there's already buys. Like, I know what's happened the last few years and stuff. It's still annoying. It's such a stuttering start to the season. I'm not a fan. But anyway, as always, it is good to have footy back. Unless you just sat through the game. Well, I just sat through. And most of you probably did. Interesting outcomes for Supercoach, I guess. But yeah, as a Crom supporter, it was a hard one to watch. I'll cover that later. First of all, I'm just going to go through my trades for the week, and then I think I'll do a quick review on the first two games of the round. So yeah, not much going on for me in terms of trades this week. Had a pretty good start to round one. To the season there. So yeah, I've tried to hold off. Only made the one trade. I was going to make two, but yeah, I've gone with Heaney out for Merritt. So first off with Heaney, not keen to keep him. Obviously, there's some hamstring stuff there, and you know he's starting to get older now, so yeah, it's a bit of a risk with hamstring stuff. And the main reason I was picking him is because obviously with Golden in the team, he averages about 20 points more a game, and Golden's going to be out for a long time now, so I can't see Heaney doing what I was expecting him to do. And you know, if he plays next game, he's going to lose money and stuff. So yeah, I think he had to go realistically, and wanted to bring in someone that didn't have a buy, and so really Merritt seemed like the best option. I know a lot of people went Sarong, kind of not keen. Like he scored most of his score last week in one quarter. It's not going to happen a lot. Yeah, I think the way the game is a little more outside now, it's not going to suit him. But yeah, I mean, who knows? He may outscore Merritt, but yeah, Merritt, I think, is just more suited to the new rules, the new game style and stuff. I think he's got a bit of a point to prove after last year. So, you know, I've seen others say it, and I totally agree. If the Bombers want him to stay, then they're obviously going to play him in the midfield a lot where he wants to be. So, yeah, it makes sense that he's probably going to score pretty well. I'm willing to back that in. And just, like, because I've had a decent start, I kind of want to keep it going. And having that player that I know I've got through these bye rounds, yeah, it's a better chance, I think, to keep it going. And Heaney wasn't exactly setting the world alight. I think he was averaging like 90 or something across the first couple of rounds there. So, you know, I still got a decent score last week, and Heaney only scored whatever he got. It was like a 90. So I don't really need Merritt to go crazy in this position, I think. I've got the big scorers and the captain options. So yeah, that's pretty much the reasoning for that one. Now, the other one that I was going to make was Murray out because he scored a 12 or whatever it was last week, and I don't really want that scoring in. He's playing low tog and all that, and we knew that was going to happen, but I mean, yeah, he just... First there was a scoring problem, then he's got pretty good job security. Nick said he would have played this week, but then he's pulled up with the back tweak, so you know, he's out. You can see, though, that he is super important, I think, to their structure. Thilthorpe having to play more time in the ruck is not good. We lack that, you know, that pack crashing kind of forward to kick to, because as good as Tex is and Fogarty can be, neither of them are really that kind of player. So yeah, the whole thing just kind of falls apart. So yeah, Murray 100%, he'll be back probably next week, but whether he scores or not, I don't know. Now, the reason I kept him is because it was extremely tempting to go to Cook, but my gut feel was to wait a week and just try and chill out and do the sensible thing. It does seem like 40 trades is a lot, but I can tell you after last year, it feels like they disappear real quick, and you get towards that last quarter of the season and you've got not much left, and yeah, you really start to not enjoy the game. So I've got that in the back of my mind, actually learning from past lessons for once. So yeah, I held off, and I'm glad I did, because Cook was a bit underwhelming tonight. He did some good things, but I wouldn't say that his job security is that great. That 92 or whatever he scored last week, that's the first to fall out of his price cycle, as we know. So yeah, that came into it too. I guess after watching him tonight, kind of just left with more questions. A 59 is so like in between. A 92 and a 59, like, I don't know. I think the 59 is more what you're going to get out of him week to week. So I'm glad I held off, but I can make the assessment now with that extra week. And yeah, I was eyeing off as well in defence Bo Allen for next week. So if he goes well this week after a 70 odd, last week. Maybe Lindsay will become Bo Allen. It seems that they prefer him off the half back. So, yeah, I've got to have the money to do it. So that also was why I chose Merritt over Callaghan. Callaghan was the other one I was considering. You know, Callaghan's got the bye, but we know how good he can score, so I was willing to overlook that. But in the end, that extra bit of money there just gives me a lot more freedom next week to move between the rookies as I need to. And, yeah, I probably will need to. So, yeah, just you can't really put a price on that kind of freedom with trading at this time of year, I think. So just going a bit conservative. I don't know if it's the right call or not, but time will tell. So, yeah, next week I'm eyeing off Bo Allen, Murdoch. So if Watkins shits the bed, Murdoch come in for him. I don't know, something will appear. I'm sure Sharp or Carroll, one of them, will know more about them. But yeah, if Murdoch does well again, he can come in, willing to watch him for the extra week, same as Cook. So yeah, I'll be able to make an assessment with the three of them, I think. So, off to a good start. Again, Bont as VC. I know a lot of people would have had Bont as VC, so not really getting ahead or anything, but, you know, non-Bont owners, yeah, I can understand the logic behind not picking him and stuff, but you got to be relying on a Petrarca or something like that now. So, I don't know. Hopefully Bont isn't outscored by them from a personal point of view, but yeah, you got to take a 141, I think, as a VC score. You'd be dumb not to. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I mean, it's Sarong 48, like he probably won't stay on the field because it's best 18. Jake's another 70, like it's good. Selwood 61. He's going to make some good cash. Like he'll be a bit of a slow burn, but yeah, it's not a bad start at all. It's mostly rookies playing this week, so all I can say is I'm glad I went with the gut, and I'm all about it this year. Just not giving in. So yeah, the Cook one. I mean, Cook was in my team, but I took him out. So yeah, sticking to my guns. That's the theme, and it's working so far. So that's my trades for the week. And yeah, barring any kind of crazy stuff happening over the next 48 hours, that's how they'll stay for the round. So now I'll quickly review the two games and see what came out of them. So I had money on Sydney to win. Unfortunately, didn't get up, but that's how it goes, especially with my luck. Gunston is a freak. He doesn't stop. When is this guy going to decline? It already looked like it was going to happen, and he's just bounced back. So yeah, another 8 shots at goal, 4 goals for. Pretty low accuracy for him, but 106 Supercoach. So I've got him in draft. He's actually doing quite well. I don't know if he's necessarily a pick for Classic, but yeah, he's kind of flying under the radar, I think, because he's always going to be that target for the Hawks. Don't be fooled by Dylan Moore. I don't think this is going to hold. It was just a really good game for him. What else is here? Sicily a 90, so he's been going really well. 90's not bad, but I don't know if you'd be happy with that, really, if you were going to pick him. We kind of want to see him back to what he was doing a couple of years ago if you're going to pick him at that price, because you need him to be a keeper. So I don't know. I'm not sold on that one. We'll see. I think it's too many mouths to feed back there somehow. But I hope he's back, because I like the way he plays, apart from some of the dirty shit. But yeah, you got to play on the edge, I guess. Reeves is an interesting one. So 85 off of 47% game time. So he's another one I have in draft. Surely they make the call now, and he's going to become the number one ruck over Meek, because he clearly looks like the better one. The rules obviously suit him a lot more. He's worth a look 100% if they do end up going him over Meek. I'll be looking at how to bring him in somehow. The only problem is I've got the 2 set and forget rucks, and McAndrew is in the flex and he's doing quite well, but I don't know. It's hard to pass up a ruck that's Reeves price. I think he's only like 250k or something. 242. Oh, surely, I don't know, like possibly you could go him in the flex if he becomes first ruck, and maybe McAndrew goes to the bench as R3. Feels like a bit of a waste when he's scoring fairly well. What's he averaging? I'll go back to my team. I'll have a look here. So he's got 79. What did he get last week? It was about a 80 or something, wasn't it? 88. So he's averaging in the 80s. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's definitely a problem for post weekend whiz. Um, yeah, Amon and Impey. This is weird. Like they were scoring quite well last year. They kind of, again, I think there's just too many mouths to feed back there for Hawthorn. They kind of all cancel each other out. So, you know, if Sicily and Weddle do well, Amon and Impey are going to get less of it. Oh, McDonald is 76. He was starting to become pretty popular. Quite a few people talking about him. You'd be disappointed with that. How'd they go for the CBAs? Was he in there? Not really. 13%. Okay. Yeah. Nah, he's not got the role. Wouldn't be picking him. Butler is 72. That's interesting. He had a quiet start. Hawks have played 3 games now, haven't they? So he'd be getting his first price rise, whatever that is. Let's have a look. Oh, he's almost 200k. Break even at 28. What did he get? 70, 72. So he's not going to make much off that first price rise. Yeah. I don't know, probably about 15k or something he'll make off the top of my head. At least that 72 though is going to stay in his price cycle for a while, so you'd be stoked if you have him. Ward was quiet. Meek, I think, is finished as a pick. Not that he really was one, but yeah, his first ruck days are probably over. Yeah, Impey's a weird one. Normally better than that. It annoys me. I got him in draft as well. I got so many of these players in draft. They're up and down. You kind of get left with the dregs, I guess. So Grundy at 135 for Sydney. I like seeing this because a lot of people have written the rucks off, but you know, those premium ruckmen, the top 5 or 6, they're really proving us wrong, or at least not me. I didn't think the rucks were going downhill or anything with the scoring, but most people, it seems, did in the preseason. And yeah, I like to see this because there's still a spot for them. And for someone that paid up for the set and forget, like it's a nice sign. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but for now it's looking good. So yeah, that's good to see for Grundy. Sydney, I think, is wide open because there's no Heaney for now and there's no Goulden in the CBAs. So, you know, guys like Warner's probably the main man now. Sheldrick, if he could hit a target, he'd be doing quite well. What are they doing for the CBAs? Warner, Robot, and McInerney. Oh, McInerney's probably a pick. I reckon he's going to end up a top 6 forward at this rate if we don't get any crazy stuff with like DPP changes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's only had the 77 here, but look at, he's getting 24 touches. He's doing that pretty much every week. Another goal. He's just kind of been off target here, 63% efficiency. I'll be looking to get him in probably after their bye at some point. A couple more scores like this might keep his price down too, but he's definitely on the radar. I think he's getting a lot of opportunity and the game style suits him, that more open kind of running game. I think Blakey started pretty hot and he trailed off. Oh, wow. 63 at half time and only added 15 points. Bloody hell. I'm glad I didn't pick him now. I guess that's the problem with him. He is rather inconsistent, still has those floor games. It just looked like last year, second half of the year, when Sydney started to win, those floor games went away. I just thought it might continue this year, but I guess it doesn't help that Heaney and Goulden are out, so they're kind of back to square one. Still look decent though. Sarong 48, that's disappointing. 18 touches, though, that's all right. Like, you know, it's not like he dropped off the face of the earth. I think he played on the wing again. I only saw like the last quarter, so. Oh, so he's on the wing and down back. Yeah, these heat maps are good on this website. A lot better than what's on DFS, I think. See, I'm not worried about Sarong. It happens. It's all right. He's going to make money. It's all relative to their price, so for now he's fine. I'm still pretty confident to field him. Oh, I missed Bice, an 80. He's not going too bad. But then you got Roberts, like similar kind of role. So Roberts a 45 this week after I think he scored quite well last week. It's a problem with these kind of players. They They shine and then they just disappear. I don't know what's going on with Kerno, by the way. The guy's hardly touched the ball in 2 weeks. I know he got 2 goals, but bloody hell, he's not done much here. I think he had like 1 touch in the second half, something like that. He scored 1 point in the second half, 1 point in the second quarter. Bloody hell, what is going on there? He's much better than that. That's bizarre. I know the Hawks' defense is really good, but bloody hell. They can't be all over him when you've got McDonald was obviously functioning and Amadi's not too bad. You'd be disappointed. If you're a Sydney supporter, I think you would be expecting a whole lot better than that. It's not great to see, but I'm sure he'll snap out of it eventually. Carlton supporters are probably pretty stoked with it though. So yeah, that's about it for this game. I'll go on to the Crom and Bulldogs game. Guess I can talk a little bit more about the game style and stuff with that one because I actually watched the full game, unfortunately. So yeah, Dogs up by a goal. I thought Crows were going to overrun them. It looked like they had all the momentum, and then I don't know what happened, but I know what happened in the first 3 quarters. I can tell you that. First of all, you have Nix. Really bizarre. He came out in the media and said something through the week, something about they're trying to possess the ball more in the back half, things like this. So of course Bevo, I mean, for all the shit we give Bevo and say he's a terrorist and stuff, he's actually a pretty good coach. He's a premiership winning coach, so it doesn't happen by accident. So credit here, Bevo, as any smart coach would do, push the numbers back. Crows can possess the ball all they want in the back half when they're losing. It's not going to hurt the Bulldogs. And the funny thing is, I was watching this game with my dad and we noticed it in the first quarter and we said, well, if this keeps up, we're screwed. They didn't change it until the last quarter. They persisted with it for 3 quarters. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, how can supporters pick up on it in the first quarter? You hear the commentators pick up on it like in the second quarter. How does it take an entire 3 quarters before the coach finally says, yeah, this isn't working? And as soon as they went central and started trying to attack quickly, funnily enough, they started scoring. So, when you've got, I don't think it's an unpopular opinion to say that the Crom have one of the best forward lines in the AFL. Why would you not be kicking it in there quickly and putting the Bulldogs defenders under pressure? It's basic footy. I mean, the Dogs defense, admittedly, their team defense has been great this year, but we know that it's the weakest part on paper of their team. They're front half loaded. The back half's a bit shaky at times if you can get it in there quick. So I don't know why they were playing that game style and for so long. Like, if it's not working, abandon it. So yeah, I don't know. And then, right at the end when the Crom, they fell behind again, but they were still in the hunt and they decide to just still chip it around the back, still try and go down the line. Just attack. Like, I don't understand it. It's either Nix is telling him to do it and it's clearly the wrong thing, or they're not listening to him. So there's a problem there somewhere. I don't know. We're out of that rebuild now, and if the Crom want to take that next step, then I think they got to get past crap like this. And I think Nix has done a good job, but I just don't know if he's the man to take them to that next level from seeing stuff like this. I'm going to stop there because this is a Supercoach video, not general play. As much as, general footy does tie into the Supercoach thing, we know that. But anyway, so Worrell 123 is popular pick through the week, it seems. So people will be stoked with that. I think he scored mostly at the end. He had a big last quarter, I know that. At 51. He's pretty bloody tempting, to be honest. I'm spewing I didn't pick him. I was highly considering picking him in that Jordan Clark D3 spot, and I just didn't have the balls to do it in the end, I'll admit it, but I should have. You could see it there. The research all shows he's in an upward trend. He killed it in the finals last year. I don't know. But anyway, can get him in hopefully soon. If Clark shits the bed this week, I know where I'm going. Be going to Worrell. So, that'd be good for through the buys. I know Clark's got no buy as well. No early buy, but yeah. 1 for 1. Where is he? Berry was great. I would have him on the watch list with McAndrew hitting to advantage. So 14 hit outs to advantage here. Berry looks like a different player. He's like a little pinball bouncing off players in the middle there. And, he didn't look out of place. Like, he's up against Bont and that. Yeah, he had 64% efficiency, but, I think he was pretty bloody good. He's had a good start to the season. I think he's averaging, like, a touch over 100. Let's have a look. What did he get? He got a 99 at 380k. He's got to be worth a look. The guy's averaging, 104, I think. So 380k at 104 over 2 games. He's going to make money at the very least if he keeps this up. It's really strange how players can be not relevant whatsoever, and then one little variable changes and suddenly they look like they could be relevant. So, never rule the player out, I think. Dawson's slow start. He was frustrating, but he got better as the game went on. Just looked a bit like lacking intensity to begin with. It's got the injury sign here next to his name. I don't know what that was. Jordan Butts, not Supercoach relevant, but shout out. He destroyed Darcy, I thought. Probably Butts' best game for his career. Could have had 2 goals, but he got one in the end. I think it was his first career goal. Held Darcy to 1 goal 1. And honestly, I'm going to get dislikes for this, but Darcy gets looked after by the umpires big time. That's all I'm saying there. Jones had a big last half. Didn't do much in the first. Oh, actually, yes, he did. 47 points. Big last quarter, anyway. Yeah, okay, so we need a bit more of a read on Jones's job security here. We got another week to go because he didn't play last week, but an 86 looks pretty good. Problem with him, he's so up and down. We saw it in the pre-season. He looked good against Port. He scored pretty well. And then the Fremantle game, I think he had like 5 touches or something for an entire game. So you never know what you're going to get with him. And his job security is not great, I think. Still got guys like Mitch Hinge and that to come back. There's Nan Curvis, a few others really nipping at his heels. He was a late in for Hugh Bond anyway. So, yeah, I don't know about the Jones one. Definitely have to see another week and then make a call on that one. It's good though because he's a rookie option, but he's staggered. Like, we've got those 2 or 3 that pretty much have to come in after this round. We can go another week on him, so that's good. Thilthorpe was great tonight. If we could clone him, that would be good. I just wish we could keep him forward more. Not necessarily translating to Supercoach scores this year. I think he's going at about an 80 average, but you can see it's going to open up. And McAndrew, like for his price, this is great. He actually is one of those ruckmen, those mythical ruckmen that do just piss in an 80 average. Rankin looked really, really rusty tonight, like quite off the pace. He was quite good in the last quarter, I thought. But yeah, a lot of rare fumbles and stuff going on. Big last quarter, but that was about it. So, yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be better for the run. You got to bring him in at some point. Tex looked really good. Not Supercoach relevant, although I do have him in draft, of all things. Just riding the pine. So there's no injury symbol here on Laird, but he did ping a calf in the first quarter. And it looked pretty bad. He immediately left the ground. But, he got strapped up and he went back out there. So, or maybe it was just before half time, because you can see that his scoring dropped off here in the second half. I thought he was good tonight, though. He's a bit of a whipping boy for the Crom supporters, but I didn't mind his game. People like to get into him about his kicking and stuff. Yeah, fine, but it's not really what he's in the team for. It takes all types to make up a team. They're all playing different roles. Led's pretty cool head under pressure, and, he's kind of that in and under. I think he's good. Yeah, so Cook. Oh, so he got scaled up to a 62 in the end. That's not too bad, actually. He's probably got to come in, I think. Like, he was quiet in this game and still got a 62. It's a classic wingman game, like sometimes it's just on the other side, and Dogs have pretty good wingmen, I guess. So it's pretty much, scored in 2 quarters and not in the other. This is bizarre. He's on 4, 24, 1, and 33. I bet for all those that bought him in, they would have been shitting their pants at quarter time. I don't blame them. But yeah, he's ended up on a respectable score. So he's probably got to come in, I think, after this, if he keeps his spot. He should do. I think he'll be all right. He wasn't the worst player or anything. Definitely you can see he's got potential. Miller, I hope people didn't get sucked in by this. I feel bad for them if they did. I think last week was a blue moon game, and all he did really was draw attention to himself from the opposition. You can't let him do what he did last week. So, he's kind of that outside player. I like him. He's a good player and stuff, but if you're a Crom fan, you've watched him long enough. I don't think many people thought, or many Crom fans thought, that he would become this new primo. It wasn't going to hold. And maybe this is a blue moon score and he is going to go the rest of the season as a primo, but I don't know. I can't see it. They have to abandon that high possession shit in the back half as well, because tonight it just didn't work at all, and every team's going to see that. So yeah, it's not really going to favour Miller. How'd the kick-ins go? Yeah, so it was pretty much him and Worrell split them, but everyone else was taking one here and there. Yeah. Okay, I think the dogs kick-ins are much more interesting, which I'll get to. I don't think there's anything else really for the Crom here that's... Rochelle a 50. Just kind of burnt the ball a lot. 18 touches, 2 goals. It's about what you'd expect. 9 clangers, bloody hell. Now, did he get CBAs? He did, 35%. You want more. More than that if you're picking him, I think. Probably Rankin, I'd say, 8 into them, 32% he got. So they... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe Rochelle's not a pick now. We kind of knew that was going to happen, though. Once Rankin came back, you kind of want one forward and one in the midfield at all times. So, at best, Rochelle's going to get... It was always going to get like 50% CBAs, you'd think. Archie got injured as well. High hamstring, looked really bad after he just started to really get in the game and have an influence. But that kind of, if you're looking at a Chase Jones or a Cook, that really shores up their job security, I think, because he's going to be out for a while. I'm obviously no doctor, but bloody hell, I've seen enough hamstrings over the years watching footy. That did not look like a good one. And we know he's already done it in pre-season, so I think it's going to be a little while before we see Archie back on the field. Pedler was pretty quiet too. There was one killer play, but he's probably on the chopping block, I would say. So now to the Dogs. Bont is Bont. I'm not going to have to say too much about that. Fraser started like a house on fire. I think he had the first 4 shots of the game or something for the Dogs. They kind of shut him down. He was a lot quieter, but that scaling stayed with him, I think, for the whole game. So yeah, last quarter he got a 4. Yeah, scaling's powerful. We know that. So yeah, he had a good game though. Best of the year easily. English won 14. I was a bit shocked. I didn't think English was really that good. McAndrew definitely won the hit out battle, but I don't know. English 15 disposals. He normally gets more than that. Yeah, you look at his fantasy score here. I can't really see why he got why the ratio is so high here for Supercoach. It's not great disposal efficiency or anything. I guess 5 clearances helps. Yeah, I don't know. He's clearly a good pick though. Liver just keeps on keeping on. Richard's quiet again at 94. There was so much hype about him last week, and I think he spat out a 90, which is fine, but 2 weeks in a row, that's unexpected. That's bad luck for people that bought him, but stick fat because he'll be a keeper for sure. We know what he can do. He's got a huge ceiling. This will correct itself. I wouldn't worry. Still got the role. He's still the top midfielder for CBA, so it's pretty clear cut. The Dogs only use 4, so yeah, that's fine. It's not going to change anytime soon when they're flying. Jake's another 70, so that's good. So Buderick, this is the interesting one, a 67, 21 touches, but 1 tackle, 5 contested possessions. Yeah, some of it's a bit cheap. Like, we know that's why you pick him. He's got that kind of seagull half-back role that you wanted. But yeah, 67, that's not going to make much money now. I think I can see people jumping off him. I'm not going to say one way or the other whether you should or not. I can definitely see pros and cons for keeping him or getting rid of him. But yeah, 67. It seems like his score is declining each week. I could be wrong. Let's have a look. So he started with the big one. What did he get? Like 110 or something, I believe, or 100 and yeah, about that. Oh, so opening round doesn't show in here. That's annoying. Anyway, he got round 100, 73, and then whatever this is, a 67. So yeah, I'd probably get rid of him. There's just too many good rookies right now where you can free up that cash, I think, and yeah, there's quite a few of them are reliable for the field, in my opinion. Selwood a 61. That's better than we're expecting. You know, I would have been happy with a 50 even, but yeah, he's gonna be alright. I think he'd just be a bit of a slow burn, but that's fine. So the Budderick and Dale thing. So Dale didn't score too well himself. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Neither of them scored well. But if you look at the kick-ins, Dale had 8, Budderick had 2. So since opening round, it's really been Dale. So yeah, round one was kind of, I think opening round was kind of what we thought it was, where Dale was underdone, taking a back seat to Budderick, and Dale's still the main man. So I don't know if there's enough ball for them to coexist back there. If anyone's going to be scoring high, I think it's Dale. I mean, Budderick's got rock solid job security, I think, but it's not really what we need at his price. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be getting rid of him and going to a rookie. That's about it. Yeah, nothing else there. So yeah, it's definitely been interesting round. Feels like it's already both the games are a bit more contested. I guess I can't say too much because the Hawks Swans game I only saw the last quarter, but I noticed that game, neither team got to 100. So yeah, interesting. I think that's what's going to happen though. Is as it goes on, coaches are going to, I've said this since pre-season, coaches are going to find ways around it. They always do, and it'll become more defensive. So be prepared for that. That's probably when those inside players are going to come back into fashion. Yeah, I've just rambled on for half an hour. Probably a lot of that was venting about the Crom and Matty Nix, but yeah, if you've made it this far, I'm going to leave it there. So hopefully you have a good rest of the round 2. I'm sure Saturday will be fine. Sunday is always where we come unstuck, but yeah, might make another video tomorrow night or something, reviewing some more games, so I'm not having to do them all at the end of the round in one big chunk. But yeah, good luck, and see you in the next video.